Sri Gurubhyo Nama children. In the last class I have discussed, I have started with the colloidal chemistry. We were discussing about the differences between true solution, suspension and colloid. In last class I discussed about three important properties. One is size of the particle, the second one is appearance, the third one is homogeneous or heterogeneous mixture. This class here today we are going to see the rest of the other properties. So based on the other three properties, how can we classify the solutions as true solution, suspension and colloids? Shall we see children? Be ready. So here the next property we are going to talk about transparency. The next property we are going to talk about transparency. So what is when you talk about the true solution, how it is transparent but it is often colored. So when you talk about the transparency means what? Allowing the light rays to pass through, allowing transparent, allowing light to pass through. So what is transparency? Allowing the light to pass through. So when you talk about the true solution, it is transparent. So what is that actually? Light rays can be easily passed through the true solution. Often what is that? We can see the colored also, it will appear colored. So that is the transparency, that is allowing the light ray to pass through. So when you talk about the true solution, what is the nature of the true solution? It will allow the light rays to pass through. So you can see that what is that? It is transparent in nature. In case of true solution, it is transparent in nature. Often the true solution appears colored. And when you talk about the colloids, often translucent and opaque, but it cannot be often translucent. Translucent means what? It allows light to pass through partly, allows light to pass through partly, or sometimes it can be opaque also. What is opaque actually? Does not allow light to pass through. Does not allow light to pass through. So when you talk about the transparency, so in case of true solution, it will allow the light to pass through, and sometimes the solution appears colored. So that is the nature of the true solution. What about the colloid and suspension? In case of colloids, when you pass the light ray into the colloidal solution, what is happening? So it will allow the light ray to pass through partly. So we can call that property as translucent. It has the property of translucency. What is translucency? It will allow the light to pass through partly. Only partly it will allow the light to pass through. Or sometimes it will never allow the light to pass through. So we can call such a property as a transparency. So in case of true solution, as light rays pass through the true solution, often the solution appears colored. So it talks about the transparency. In case of colloid, what will happen? It will allow the light to pass through partly. In some cases, it will not allow the light to pass through. So it will have a property of translucency as well as opaque. Whereas in case of suspension, often opaque and can be translucent. So in case of suspension, already I told you the size of the particle is more than 100 nanometer. So what will happen? So definitely the particles, it will not allow the light rays to pass through because the size of the particle is greater. That's why light rays are not allowed to pass through. That's why they are called as opaque. And the next one, we are going to talk about the separation. How particles can be separated from the different types of solution, whether it is possible or not, whether separation is possible or not. So in case of true solution, does does not separate. So what is happening in true solution? Already I told you. The particle size is less than 1 nanometer. So what is happening? The solute particles are completely miscible, completely mixed with the solvent particles. The solute particles are completely mixed with the solvent particles, miscible, completely miscible with the solvent particles. As the size of the particles is very small, it cannot be separated. That's why I told you, true solution is a homogeneous mixture. We cannot be separated. So, as the size of the solute particles are very small, so what is happening? The solute and solvent are completely miscible. I cannot separate the solute particles from the solvent. So, separation is not possible in case of true solution, whereas in case of colloids, it can be separated. So, in case of colloids, it can be separated, where in case of colloid, it can be separated, whereas in case of suspension, suspension, so what is happening in case of suspension? It can be separated, or sometimes during sedimentation you can see the particles settling down at the bottom. So, there what is it can be separated, or the particles can be sedimented. Sedimented means what? You can see the particles settling at the bottom. So, we can call it as sedimentation. So, when you talk about the what is that separation of the particles, as in the true solution, the solute particles are completely miscible with the solvent. So, I cannot separate the particles. So, separation is not possible. Whereas in case of colloids, it can be separated. In case of suspension, as the size of the particle is greater than 100 nanometer, so what is happening? So, separation, or sometimes there may be sedimentation of the particles. We can see the particles settling because of the size of the particles, because of the larger size of the particles they start settling at the bottom. So, separation, so we can see separation or sedimentation is taking place. When you talk about filterability, so how can you filter, whether it is possible to filter the particles, whether the particles can be filtered using the filter paper, what is the possibility, whether possible or not, possibility of filtering is taking place or not. So, in case of true solution, passes through filter paper. The particles, they will pass entirely through the filter paper, because the size of the particles are very small. I told you less than 1 nanometer. So, as the size of the particles are very small, in true solutions, the particles can easily pass through the filter paper because the size of the particles are small. Whereas in case of colloids, it passes through the filter paper. Particles do not pass through the filter paper. Even in colloids, we can able to see the particles which can be passed through the filter paper, because the size of the particle ranges between 1 to 100 nanometer, whereas in case of suspension, as the size of the particle is greater, it cannot be, particles do not pass through the filter paper. You can see the particles sedimenting, settling at the bottom. So, we can call it as suspension. So, the last property talks about the filterability. How can we able to filter the particles? So, in case of true solution, passes through the filter paper. So, it passes through the filter paper, whereas in the colloids also, the particles can easily pass through the filter paper, whereas in case of suspension, as the size of the particles is greater, the particles start settling at the bottom, the particles start sedimenting at the bottom. So, we cannot be separated. So, these are the three properties we have discussed. Once again, I will tell you. So, transparency, I have started with transparency, that is allowing the light to pass through. So, in case of true solution, what is that? Light rays are passed through the true solution. So, transparency, and sometimes what is happening? The solution appears colored. In case of colloid, it can be a translucent and opaque. What is translucent? To allow the light to pass through partly, or sometimes it will not allow the light rays to pass through. So, we can call it as translucent and opaque. In case of colloid, so in case of suspension, where the size size of the particle is greater, often they are referred to as opaque solution. Cannot be. What is that? Where the light will not pass through. And separation, I told about the true solution, as the particles are completely miscible, solute and solvent are completely miscible, so it cannot be separated. Whereas in case of colloids, it can be separated. In case of what is that, suspension, as the particles we can separate, as well as sedimentation is also possible. We can see the particles settling at the bottom because of the size of the particles, which is greater in the suspension. The next one, I talked about the filterability. How can we able to filter the particles in the using filter paper? So in case of true solutions, it passes, the particles passes through the filter paper. Even in the colloids, it can pass through the filter paper. Whereas in case of suspension, what is happening? Either it's what is that? It is we can separate that, or we can see the sediments left over at the bottom. So all these are the various properties we have discussed, and based on these properties we can differentiate the three different types of solution, that is true solution, suspension and colloid. So this slide completely talks about the distinguish, that is the differences between the different types of solutions like true solution, suspension and colloid. The next one, we are going to talk about the phases. Already I told you there are two different phases in colloidal solution. Already I told you dispersed phase, which is a solute, dispersion medium, which is a solvent. So here we are going to, this slide talks about the phases of the colloidal solution. Colloidal solution is a heterogeneous. So it is a heterogeneous in nature, and always, as it is heterogeneous in nature, so it is heterogeneous in nature, and always it consists of two phases. Already I told you heterogeneous, I told the meaning in the previous slide. Heterogeneous, two or more substances. So usually colloid is as a heterogeneous mixture. I told you it will have two different phases. One is dispersed phase, another one is dispersion medium. So colloidal solution is a heterogeneous in nature and always consists of two phases. What are the two phases here? One is the dispersed phase. Already I told you, that is a solute. The other one is the dispersion medium. So colloid is nothing but it is a heterogeneous mixture. Already I told you it has two different phases. Heterogeneous, I gave the meaning, two or more substances. Here when you talk about the colloidal solution, it is a heterogeneous mixture which consists of two different phases. What are the two different phases? One is the dispersed phase, which is a solute, and dispersion medium, which is a solvent. Now we are going to talk about dispersed phase. What is a dispersed phase? It is the component present in small proportion. So when you talk about the dispersed phase, how the components of the dispersed phase, how the components will be in the dispersed phase. The components of the dispersed phase will be in small proportion and consist of particles of colloidal dimension. So how will be the particle range, how will be the components of the dispersed phase? It is the dispersed phase is one in which the component is present in small proportion and consists of particles of colloidal dimension. So it will have a particles of colloidal dimension. Similarly, when you talk about dispersion medium, the dispersion medium in which colloidal particles are dispersed is called dispersion medium. So dispersion medium is nothing but solvent. Dispersed phase is nothing but solute. So how the dispersed phase will be? It is a component, it is the phase where we can see a small proportion of the component. How the components will be in the dispersed phase? It will be in small proportion. What will be the dispersion medium? So dispersion medium in which colloidal particles are dispersed. How the dispersion medium will be? The dispersion medium, how the components of the dispersion medium will be? It will be greater. Whereas in case of dispersed phase, the components will be smaller. Whereas in case of dispersion medium, what is the dispersion medium? It is a medium where the dispersed particles, where the colloidal particles, the particles of the dispersed phase are dispersed in the dispersion medium. That is, the solute is dissolved in solvent. So here the dispersed phase is dissolved in dispersion medium. For example, in a colloidal solution of sulfur in water, sulfur particles constitute dispersed phase. So sulfur in water, sulfur sol. What is sulfur sol actually? Sulfur in water. Sulfur in water. What is that? Sulfur, it is a dispersed phase. What is the water here? Dispersion medium. So here when you talk about the example, I gave an example, sulfur sol, a solution, colloidal solution of sulfur. What is it actually? So here sulfur is the dispersed phase, and what is the dispersion medium here? Water is the dispersion medium, sulfur is a solute, water is a solvent. What is the colloid I am getting here? So what is that? Colloidal sulfur. So here dispersed phase is sulfur, as dispersion medium is water. So this slide completely talks about the phases of the colloidal solution. There are two different phases. One is dispersed phase, that is a solute, and another one is dispersion medium, that is a solvent. What is the dispersed phase? It is one where the components will be in small proportion. What is the dispersion medium? It is one where the dispersed particles are completely suspended, where the particles are completely suspended in the dispersion medium, in the medium, that is in the solvent. And when I gave example, here I am giving an example, that is a colloidal solution of sulfur, sulfur sol. So colloidal solution of sulfur, where sulfur is a dispersed phase and sulfur is a solute there, and what is the solvent there? Water. So sulfur is a dispersed phase and water is the dispersion medium. The next one we are going to, this slide talks about the classification of colloids. Colloids may be classified into various types. Colloids can be classified into various types. Colloids can be classified into various types on the following criteria. So based on the following criteria we can classify the colloids. What is the first criteria? Classification based on physical state of dispersed phase and dispersion medium. Based on the physical state, how it is existing, based on the physical state of dispersed phase and dispersion medium. So how does the particles physical state means what? Whether it is existing as solid, liquid or gas. So physical state is nothing but whether the dispersed phase and dispersion medium, either they are existing as a solid, liquid or gas. So that is first one. Classifying based on the physical state of, what is that? Dispersed phase and dispersion medium. What is physical state? Either it can be a solid, liquid or gas. The next one, classification based on the nature of interaction. So the nature of interaction between the, what is the dispersed phase and dispersion medium, the force of attraction. Based on the force of attraction, based on the interaction between the dispersed phase and dispersion medium, again the next classification. The first classification talks about the physical state of dispersed phase and dispersion medium. Second classification based on the interaction between the solute and solvent, that is dispersed phase and dispersion medium. The last one is classification based on the type of the particles of the dispersed phase. The last one we are going to classify the colloids based on the type of the particles, depending upon the type of the particles in the dispersed phase. So this slide talks about the classification of colloids on three different three different types. What are the three different classification? What is the first classification? Classification based on the physical state of dispersed phase, that is solute, and dispersion medium, that is a solvent. The second classification is based on the interaction, how close the dispersed phase and dispersion medium are. So the interaction, nature of interaction between the dispersed phase and dispersion medium. The third one is the colloids can be classified based on the size of the particles, the type of the particle, based on the type of the particles in the dispersed phase. So it talks about the classification. So up to this I am concluding today. Just I have told the different classifications. Tomorrow we are going to see in detail. Thank you, children.